Fordham University and history professor Daniel Soyer hosted 18 alumni on October 8th for a walking tour of the historic Lower East Side neighborhood.
My name is Daniel Soyer. I teach in the history department of Fordham. I teach American history, American urban and immigration history, and I write mostly about American Jewish history and in the immigration period of the late 19th and early 20th century.
From the 1860s until the 1930s, the Lower East Side was home to thousands of immigrants, mostly living in tenement buildings, low-income housing built for the massive European influx into the United States.
I grew up in Queens, so I know the city, but I'm always interested in learning new facets of the city. And I love this museum. I was a high school teacher all my life. I retired last year, and I used to send kids here, and they loved it. They loved going here to the Tenement House Museum. So you said to appreciate what immigrants went through, and they really got a sense of that here.
New York City served as a primary seaport for the United States through the mid-20th century.
Most of the shipping came through here, and therefore also most of the people came through here, as long as immigration was coming mainly from that direction, right, from Europe.
And as a result, most European immigrants traveled through New York City, some moving along to other destinations, but many staying right in New York. In the case of immigrant Jews, nearly 75% stayed in New York, many living and working in the Lower East Side community. The Lower East Side was poor and overcrowded, but never suffered from urban decay like many other large neighborhoods in New York and other big cities. It has remained a thriving business and cultural community. Soyer pointed out historical landmarks such as the Yarmolinsky Bank building built in 1912 and the first skyscraper on the Lower East Side. Also noted was the Eldridge Street Synagogue built in 1887 and one of the first synagogues erected in the United States by Eastern European Jews. Fordham alumni got to see many aspects of the Lower East Side neighborhood.
The last 3-4 years been trying to reattach to Fordham after many years away. I met quite a few people that were close to my year, not exactly my year, but close. So it was a lot of fun.
The neighborhood has undergone many changes over the past 150 years, and it continues to evolve, now undergoing gentrification.
These were tenements built for poor people, you know, from the start, and now they're becoming very fashionable and trendy.
Rich in culture, the Lower East Side remains one of New York City's thriving historical treasures.